So thank you for joining us. Today, we will try to do the compressed air energy audit. So the first meeting with my customer. So my name is Gorazd Bregar from CALMS. I will be the auditor. And this is my customer, Mr. Trelc.
Yeah, my name is Trelc. We actually work together, but in this case, I will be the customer in a compressor station situated not far from us.
Okay, so in the first step, Rock, I will do the short introduction to the audit, how we imagine the audit should be, why is this important. Maybe if you have some question, you can ask, and then we will go through the first step, which is actually prepare all the necessary data for performing the audit. So let's go through the presentation. So first, something about us. We are compressed air experts. We are independent from manufacturer. And we are doing like holistical approach to the compressed air as part of CALMS team. We work on our platform, which is CALMS, which is action-driven and based on the compressed air standards. So CSA 837, and we support also 11011 for compressed air assessment, and 50,001 for energy management, and 55,000 for asset management. So this is actually how we design the audits. We are located in Slovenia, but we have also offices around the world, so we can support you with all your factories worldwide. Okay, so let's start with the first question. Why should we do the audit? We have two different types of audit within CALMS. One is the remote, one is the live audit, like we are doing now. This is our first meeting. And what is very important here is that compressed air costs a lot of money. So we would like to show you how to get all those potential savings. And that's also the reason why we do the first step, which is the system assessment, prepare for an audit, and then actually start the actual audit. So you must be surprised when you actually receive the invoice, because compressed air is a forced utility and normally it's not invoiced. But our approach is that we send you, let's say, internal invoices. Of course, they're already paid by some other utility parts of your company. But this is just to show awareness of compressed air, how much it costs. So this is also a very important part. How to start with. Today, we will do the full audit of your complete system. But just we want to emphasize that there are many different types of audits. We have a supply side audit, demand side audit, combination supply and demand side audit, and a full audit, which is also a waste management audit, your end users identification, and savings that are actually giving you the best result. So to start with this, we need to follow some workflow. First, we need to prepare for the audit, and today, introduction meeting actually is designed for collecting all the necessary data that are needed for performing a real good audit. Collecting the data about the compressor room, the piping, the end users, application, how you use the air, and to identify where are the potential problems in your compressed air system, if there are any, and so that we can actually design and select the right equipment for the next step, which is following after assessment. It's an audit measurement. After 1 or 2 weeks of measurements, we will know exactly where are your weak points and how to improve your system and get actual results within report and I'll introduce also the savings. So here on this slide, you can see how our system is working. You have multiple compressors. On each compressor, we will measure power. In this first simple audit, we will measure only the current, electrical current from each compressor and calculate the power. We will measure the pressure before and after the air treatment. We will collect also the information about the flow through your existing flow controller. And we will perform also system assessment with the mobile application where we will collect the leaks with the ultrasound device that are present in your system and it try to identify also the inappropriate uses, if any, and your artificial demand if you don't have regulated end uses. All the data will be stored on the cloud servers, which are Amazon web servers, and access to us in 3 different views. The first one is the system review, which we will do today to collect all the necessary data. The next step, after we will do the measurements, we will go to the audit to preview all the data, and then we will use our tools, which are designed for analysis, simulations, and to create the final report for your complete system. A little bit different than the standard loggers, we will use our edge devices, loggers that are connected to the sensors and are transmitting data through 4G directly to the web server. And this means that we will have interaction. So I will call you, please, can you help me? Can you start one compressor, stop one compressor, so that we will actually understand what's going on in your system. So that's actually the design. This is, I guess, all clear. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
So I think that we will go for the first part to prepare the data, to prepare all the necessary based on your schematic, if you have one. We will actually try to create the list of the equipment needed to be sent to you. So are you able to install those equipment like CTs, clamps for each power of the compressor, pressure transducers, or do you need one of our guys to come and to install this?
No, I think we can find some electrical engineers in our plant. They can connect the amp meters to each of the compressors. I don't know why this would be necessary. We have the number of the kilowatts on each of the compressors. So I know the kilowatts of the compressors. This is I've
Not
been
necessary to measure
I've
this,
been
yes.
in this business for a long time, and the number of the kilowatts, it's written on the compressor. So we can add the measurements if you like, but
how we will know that the compressor is running?
The compressor is running
All the time? You don't know, or you know that they're running?
What I know is that we are experiencing pressure drops. Guys in the production have been calling me. I have set the compressors to run at 7 bar.
Okay.
And as far as I know, the compressors are 7 bar compressors. So I do get 7 bar air. But in the production, they say it's dropping down to almost 6 bar. And they're having problems with the production. Therefore, I would like you to find out which one of these compressors is not giving 7 bar. And I will be looking to buy a new compressor. If this means I have to put in some amp meters to the compressors, we can do this.
Yeah, we already visit your compressor room. If you introduce your business model, you are a small aluminum plant, yes, extrusion or whatever you are doing. You have 4 compressors. We visited the compressor room and just small part of your installation. So we already know where to place the pressure we would like. Because of your problem, we would actually install, or you will install, 1 pressure transmitter at the end user. One will be in the compressor room before, and 1 we will place after the dryer, because you said that might be also a problem on the pressure drop on the filters or the dryers.
It is a possibility. We don't have any measurements in the plant, but we do know at some of our end users at what pressure they start to experience problems.
Mhm.
And the smelter house is closest to the compressor station. There we do not experience that many problems, but the further you get away from the compressor station, then there are problems, and these problems are intermittent. They do not happen all the time. So it could be a possibility that I think one of the compressors is not giving 7 bar all the time. This we should find which compressor I think is giving problems.
Okay, but we will not measure the pressure on each compressor, but
how will you then find out?
That's an interesting question.
Okay.
No, I will show you. You obviously you don't want to hear any more about presentation, so maybe I would suggest that we would. I know that you are quite experienced. You were working as a maintenance engineer for how many years?
Yeah, 20 years now.
20 years.
20 years, and I am very interested how you are going to now show me something new.
I'm sorry, I'm just beginner here with this CALMS project, but I will try to give you my best to explain how we will start. So maybe the best would be to follow the structure, because I'm quite fresh here. So I don't
Yes.
I will not immediately reply on your questions because I don't know, obviously, but I have a structure, a list, so I will follow this. So
But
maybe
I must please explain to you in the beginning that you are not the first person to come into my office, and there have been people before you that had a much easier explanation. I could understand it easy, and I already have their proposals.
the new compressor which will deliver 7 bar, yes?
At least 7 bar, that's what they say. At least 7 bar guaranteed. So,
Mr. Customer,
yes, sir.
Mr. Customer, if we're, when we're evaluating different potential audits that we can do for you with the CALMS product, we have variations from, bare bones all the way up to full audits. If we just specifically want to know if the compressors are doing what they're supposed to do, having CTs on the individual compressors will tell us if there's an oddity, based on what it's supposed to be as a whole. And if this is not what you're looking for as a whole, then at CALMS, we can show you other options that are more fulfilling for you, sir.
Okay, well, fulfilling sounds very nice, but at the moment, what we are experiencing is intermittent drops in pressure. In my experience, this was always a problem with at least one of the compressors, and if we bought a new compressor, then those problems went away nicely for a couple of years. That is my go-to option at the moment, but I'm interested if you have a different kind of approach,
Yes, sir.
Especially if it saves me buying a new compressor. That would be nice, but it's still seems to be believed. I would like to see.
Yes, sir.
So
You can help, but first, I think that with the measurements, I will be able to prove what's going on in your system. So I will actually measure your all the compressors. This is the schematics that we
Yes.
have drawn during the visit when I enter your plant. And what I see here is that you have 4 compressors, and you bought a new one because you had this problem, obviously, and you
Yes.
connected this through a special line to the common receiver. Yes.
Yes, yes, that is correct. Yes.
And
yes.
here you have also the ring here in this your first production line.
Yes.
And this is the location where you experience the pressure drop.
That is correct. Yes, that is correct. The lower one. Yes. Here we don't have this pressure drop, but in this area, the top area.
And you think that this is because this compressor is fresh, new, and it's delivering 7 bar without any problem, even an 8 bar. This is 8 bar compressor. Yes,
Yes, that's what the guy said. Well, and no problem
Yes.
giving 7 bar at all. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's great to know. So if anybody would be able to help me, because I'm really fresh here, and this Mr. Customer has a lot of knowledge and experience working in this, observing this compressor room for a long period. I know it's very difficult to jump from the questions and do the audit like on a structured way. So I would even in this way, I would suggest to go to ask you all the questions, so that maybe this is not the only problem. Maybe because when we enter to the compressor room, we notice also that you have the problem on the old compressors with the temperature and oil leaks. So that's also one of the problems that we saw immediately. And another one, when we opened the drain in this receiver, it was full of water. So obviously you have some problem with the dryers as well. So when we walk through, we identify a little bit of problems. So maybe it's best to go through the list, through the questionnaire, prepare all the documentation, and then we will decide if it makes sense to do the measurements, the audits, or you think the easiest way to buy a new compressor which will deliver the 8 bar or even more.
Okay. Well, I'm willing to do the review. Let's have a look.
Okay, thanks. During the walk in your production, we already created the list, and now we will do the first review. This is the first review, which is normally valid for 1 year. Okay.
Yeah. But I had a look at that list before, and I entered some of the data. Perhaps we can just go over the data that we entered in.
With the first one. Okay, maybe
the second one. Yeah, that one. Yeah,
that one. Yes. Okay, yeah, that's what we enter with the problem with the high oil temperature. Yes. That's during the visit on one compressor. On compare, you have a temperature. You increase actually the temperature for 105 degrees. So obviously you have some problem. Maybe it might be the thermostatic valve. So that's what was observation in your compressor room.
Right. Yeah, that's probably the one I will be exchanging.
The compressor, this one you will exchange. Okay,
probably.
Yeah. Then we figure out that you had also the problem with the air leakage. So we didn't do the complete waste management, but as you mentioned, the last time you observed this was more than 1 year ago.
Leaks seem to be a problem, and we try to take care of it a couple of times, but they just come back. I don't think it's worth it. They just come back.
They are coming back for sure, but if you would try how much this cost, and maybe if we would be able also to repair them for you, they will for sure come back. But with the monitoring, you will see always what is the level of the leaks and how much you can reduce them. So maybe if this number is more than 20%, I think, I don't know, or maybe it's 30% of leaks. We don't know, but at least we will have this measured and under the control. So if it will be more than 10%, we would be able to reduce them.
Okay, but do you think they have any some commonality with the pressure?
The pressure drop. Maybe they have. maybe you have in your ring with this your machine, you have a huge leak, and so just in this part you have a pressure drop. Maybe.
So just by fixing the leaks, I will not have to buy a new compressor, you think? This will be the guy that came to me selling the new compressor. He didn't mention this at all.
Yes,
Let us carry on. This is interesting.
That's something that we will figure out with the measurements. But if I'm not selling you the compressor, but if I reduce the leaks there, and you will actually have no problem anymore with the pressure there, that could be interesting for you. Or maybe I'm a magician. I don't know.
Okay.
Then you have also the oil leakage problem, and we had another problem with the water in the condensate drain. So we will put here a new note: water in the tank. Water in the tank. So the current situation is that main receiver you have is how much?
I think it's 4 cubic meters. 4 cubic meters.
4 cubic meters, 4,000
Yeah.
liters. And what we measured that we drained the water out of this, or you were there.
Yeah, what it was 4 or 5 minutes, I think. It was gushing quite well.
Gushing well, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I wasn't expecting the water in the tank. I don't know how it got in there.
And the funny thing is that the water was in the tank in the receiver after the air treatment. So what if
we sometimes when we experience
bypass
the pressure
drop, you open the bypass.
Sometimes it's necessary. That's why we have to buy this new compressor. Sometimes it's necessary. I don't like to do it. Maybe I left it open. I don't think so. I think I asked the guy to close it.
So when you have full receiver full of water, you have also problem with actually the volume, the capacitance of your system. Storage is not big enough, so you actually would need also to consider replacing the drains and fixing the dryer. So I will put here the opportunity. We don't know what is the cost. We will do the simulation after next time after the measurements. We will know exactly what can happen if you reduce the size of your storage for a half, because it's full of water or half full of water. So
this is also, you think, one of the reasons for the pressure drop, the size of the receiver?
The cost of the pressure drop, yes, it could be.
Oh, the guy that sold me the compressor here, he told me nothing about the receiver.
He said, yeah, because maybe he is selling you a VSD compressor.
Yes.
VSD, yeah.
VSD. He said with the VSD you don't need the tank at all.
Exactly. That's the same like with the centrifugal compressor. It's always the same. You don't need the receiver.
I don't know about centrifugal. I think we don't use centrifugal.
I think yeah. But anyhow, I think that the best way would be after the map. We could do also the simulations, and we can show what can happen if you have a very small receiver and a big receiver. How many stars you have, how the pressure is changing, and all that stuff. So let's put the opportunity dryer repair and condensate drain instead of new condensate drains. Okay, because obviously the old ones are handmade or broken; they are not working. Okay, we are still skipping.
Mr. Gorazd, real quick, is this in this story? Are you guys still in the initial evaluation phase?
Oh, that is correct. Mr. Gorazd has not had the opportunity to make any measurements. We've had a walk around. I've shown him the compressor station. We had a short look around the plant. I also showed him the area where we do experience some pressure drops. I didn't want to introduce him to the maintenance manager there. He was very cross with me. But we're going to fix this. We're going to buy a new compressor. I'm sure of it. I've got a couple of estimations of the price, and I'm looking forward to a brand new compressor. It's always a good thing, I think, in the compressor station.
I'm a little bit fresh here in this audit stuff, so I would like to stick with my program that my manager is giving me. So following the tools, the steps, obviously my customer is jumping in, and he would like to buy a new compressor because I would still like to get collect as much information as possible from this first meeting. So that the next time, this will be next week, we will be able to create the measurements, the audits, and show him the result. So I would really like to go through the questions that I have to fill in,
Right.
so that we will be able to prepare everything for the final for the measurements and also for the audit.
Right. But can I just stop you there and perhaps give some of your experts in the audience a chance to ask me any question regarding the compressor station? I can try to give you the answer if you have some question as like a review.
Well, one of my primary questions, sir, is the reason for this meeting because of you wanting to solve a problem with purchasing a compressor? And if so, what kilowatt size is that compressor? Because depending on what we see in our walkthrough and what we see today, that is a very specific range of dollar value for capital equipment cost and future cost that we could do a return on based on other things that we find today and in the next couple of weeks.
Right. Well, if you're interested about what the compressor station looks like, if we're finished on the notes, perhaps we go to the system details. That's where I entered in the compressors. Or would you like to finish off?
No, sir, not what you have currently. But I'm saying if our competitors are offering you a capital equipment purchase, for example, if that capital equipment purchase is $50,000. And we can show
a little bit more actually. It's they put the hydraulics under that. It's you're closer to 60.
Okay, so if we have $60,000, and in our note taking, we've already determined what the range of your system is, we can do relatively quick ROIs on different CALMS offerings that can all but guarantee those savings without capital purchase if you're interested. And that 60,000 is a great dollar value for us to hold on. For potential.
Right. Well, look, I'm very interested in that. And 60,000, although it is quite a large number, if it keeps the maintenance managers in the plant off my back, that's what I'm willing to pay. And up till now, buying a new compressor, it helped with the reliability. There was much less oil all over the floor, not so slippery. You could actually come inside. It wasn't so hot, because usually with the old compressors it was so hot, and even now it's still quite hot. But with the newer compressors, not so much. I can hardly wait.
So now you can see how hard it is for auditor to collect all the data, because they are not cooperative. I mean, I have a lot of questions because I need to investigate all the potentials, not only the pressure drop issue. You have many other issues, and we will never come to those issues because you don't let me talk.
Okay,
so it's a very tough job.
Okay, please carry on. Okay, carry on.
So first, we identify I have here a list of questions, so which I already asked you.
Yeah.
But the most important is you have obviously low pressure problem. I will put this as a number one observation. It is here as a remark. You have a poor air quality. You have water in the system, so that's also a problem. We opened the valve and we saw a lot of water coming up after the air treatment.
Right.
So this is also a problem for you.
Right.
Frequent
But that
downtime.
wouldn't happen, I think, if it wasn't for the pressure drop. I'm on the bypass. Never mind.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe those two are related. So we will do all the measurements and we'll see what we can do. You said there is no problems in the production, just the pressure drop, but the production is still working. So the compressors were never stopped or tripped.
No. Oh, no. Oh,
You
no.
have a very good
I mean,
maintenance.
okay, maybe one might have tripped for a little bit, but not long.
Not long, yes.
No, don't tell anybody about it. Oh my God.
Okay, yeah, I have also the list of those questions that I would like to go with you. I already did some of them, and obviously, yeah, it's a tough work as an auditor to collect all this data. You have to be very consistent, and I have to show you why it is important. For me, as an auditor, which I'm starting this job, I would like to collect as many data from you as possible.
Okay.
Not focusing only on one particular problem. So
Okay.
that's the part where I collect all this data, and I will just put this data here, and then I will go for a system detail. So you are operating continuously?
All the time.
8,700 hours per year.
That's correct. Yeah.
Electricity cost, average cost is 0.12 euros per kilowatt hours.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what it was last year. I don't want to do this year. It's horrible. Yeah.
Horrible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
but,
gone up. It's closer to 28 this year.
Okay, so let's correct this to 28 because we want to have the calculation as close as possible to your real data.
Right.
CO2 emission, do you have this in your records?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
this
That's
is for your-
correct. Yeah. That's
Okay.
correct. Yeah.
The pressure, we don't have the measurement, so I need to ask you what is your maximum pressure that you have in your system?
Well, yeah, 8 bar we do experience sometimes, especially
Yeah,
if
we
the
can-
production is low. Yeah.
Okay.
The set point, as I says, it's a 7. It's a 7.
It's 7. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the minimum pressure that you can that you see, and they still production is still working.
Well, they start to complain when it gets around 6, but I think it might fall even below that. But
So should
not
we
for a long time.
put 6 or 5.8?
Let's put 6, please.
6. Okay. Yeah. To be on the safe side, and you have free dryers, yes?
Yes.
And
Oil-threaded
compressors?
compressors.
Yes, exactly. Okay, let's now just check the PID. You gave me your drawing.
Right.
I saw it on the wall of your compressor.
Yeah, that one was an old one, but
The old one.
roughly like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I open this page, we have just for everyone to know, we have 4 compressors, and the new one, which is located on the other side of the compressor room.
Right.
With a separate filter and separate dryer, and also you put here receiver, even if it's VSD compressor. Okay.
Yeah. The receiver was there before. Yeah.
That was there before.
Yeah.
Okay. And there is the connection pipe, which is 2-inch for once. No, it's 3-inch. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
With 160 compressor, 160 kilowatt compressor.
Yeah. It was 2-inch before, but we were experiencing some pressure drop, and they fixed the piping, to 3-inch.
And those dryers and filters, they have a bypass separate, or they don't? They have for each separate bypass for dryer and filter.
No, it's just one single bypass.
One single bypass for complete air treatment.
Yeah.
For both dryers here in this room.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, we will draw this later, and this is your 4 cubic meter receiver.
Yeah.
And obviously you have here also a flow controller, or what is this?
This is.
Copy of your
Yeah, this was installed, but I was not involved. I am not absolutely sure. I wasn't present at the installation of this. I'm not even sure of the working of this. I think it might even be switched off.
Okay. So, and then you have here the main ring, yes, we identify, and then you have the zone number 1. which is the one with the problems with the pressure drops.
That is correct. Yeah.
Okay. And the pipe connecting this from the main header to here, it's a separate one. What is the size?
It's 3 inch.
It's 3 inch.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we have now actually basic understanding of the system. And if we go back, okay, to the system review, the one that we open.
Yeah.
So we are now with the PID. We finish this. We prepare all the data. We have 4 compressors and the new one, which is 160.
Yes. Yeah, we'll love it.
Yeah, the new one, and the new one, which is actually from what was this compare?
Yes. Yeah.
Compare, and this is variable speed as well.
Yeah.
And the new one is 2023.
Yeah.
160 kilowatt.
Yeah. So I don't think even on this one you don't have to do the measurements because it's already written it's 160. But if you want to do the measurements, you can do it. But he told me it's 160.
Okay, it is 160 most probably, but we would still like to know exactly what is the operation, what is happening when it is unloaded.
Okay.
And what is happening when it is reducing the speed, and how long time it is unloaded, and when it stopped.
Right.
So we would like to see how this performs. So we will put all the measurements also for this one. And then in the end, what I would like also to do is do the performance of the compressor, so that I will actually check what is the actual performance of this compressor compared to your data sheet that your supplier provided to you. Just to double check this, if there is some difference.
Yeah. We will find the culprit that is not giving the pressure. Yeah, we will find it.
Exactly. That's what we want to do. We would like to find out the compressor that is not performing well, and probably, yes, this is not the cost for the pressure drop, but we will find out. Better to have more information. So do you calculate the compressed air cost? That's the next question.
No, it's just the electricity.
Just the electricity.
Yeah. We only pay for the electricity. We don't pay for the air.
Yes.
Just the electricity we pay.
But how do you collect the money within your department?
No, I don't collect the money. I just collect the paycheck.
You collect the paycheck. Yes, but if you want to repair or buy a new compressor, you need to get a budget for this.
Yeah, then this is a long process.
We don't
but
do you think that this simple compressed air cost and a simple invoice could help you? Just to show the management, this is the cost of air. I can reduce this so much and save so much money. Maybe
that would help me. That would help me with the budget. That would help me with getting a budget.
Okay, so let's try it. We will estimate here for this with this simple calculator. We will go through and try to figure out the cost of your compressed air.
Okay.
So we'll do this later.
Oh, okay.
Now the question: do you have?
Is this an already a good number? What is this? It's close. That's close to zero. That's almost nothing.
It's almost nothing. Yes, that's
zero.
Correct, but
19 cents.
But look here.
Oh my God!
This is the approximate number of cubic meter that you are consuming. So we are talking in millions.
Oh my God.
So you have to multiply this number by those millions, and then this here below is just a rough estimation. So in 1 year, we estimate that it's almost $400,000 for compressed air.
Oh,
it's not nothing. It's quite a big number.
That is
a lot of paychecks.
No, it's not coming out of my paycheck. That's for sure.
Okay. So let's continue. So those are the basic data that I'm collecting now to be able to investigate what is the saving potential, and that we will use this also in the audit procedure.
Right. No, but this is excellent. Excellent information. Much more than the guy gave me with the compressor.
Yeah, he was focused on the compressor costs. So maybe
Yeah, I'm also focused on the compressor cost. I mean,
It's,
they're
you
quite
have
expensive,
60,000,
but they
yes.
saved me with the problem with the pressure
60,000,
drop.
but maybe he would give you some discount for 2,000, so it will come 58,000.
I don't know about that.
But you still have to pay 600,000 for compressed air. It's a little more than this. But let's stay on track. So I would like to get also the other data like efficiency.
Yeah.
So we already did in the compressor room. You have heat recovery in all compressors, which is very good.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, except on the new one.
But it's coming. Yeah,
it's coming.
I asked for it. It's in the budget.
It's in the budget.
It's in the budget. Yeah.
It's not connected, so we will put like it is now, and this is the improvement when you will actually receive the heat recovery cooler for this one. So it's on 75%. So we calculated the capacitance, which was, you said, 80%. But according to what we saw and 4 cubic meter and how many compressors are running,
Yeah.
I would estimate.
Yeah, but there's another 2, but they are not very big.
Okay. Based on the calculation, we come close to 50% of the storage capacity in your system. So we will use this number. And maybe when everything will be replaced or added new receiver, we will come to a better method.
Okay.
So you are controlling the compressors. You have a variable speed compressor now.
Yes.
So yes, so that's good. The control method.
No, we don't have one.
You don't have one, so you can control the compressors locally with the local controller. You have flow controller, but it is bypassed.
I think it might be off at the moment. Yes,
because we saw the bypass was open, so we will.
As I say, I was not involved in
this project. Yes, we will put like
no flow controller. It's not even in the compressor station. It's outside of the compressor. I'm not sure if this is part of the compressor station at all.
So, but the compressor system is a complete. It's your job, not just compressor room, or not.
Well, yeah, that's what they say. Yeah, but I'm mostly in the compressor room.
Okay. So we are using fridge dryers.
Yes.
The pressure
unless the pressure drop is big, then perhaps I bypass. Yeah.
I know. Yes. But do you have some estimation? You don't have any.
Across the air treatment, when the bypass is open, it's not a lot.
It's not a lot. It's not a lot. Zero. Yes.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah, that's the idea.
But still, I think this is a problem if you have to open the bypass. So I put here as a problem. I will put here the red one. We would, with the measurements, we will identify, and then we will do the next level.
Okay.
For me, indication, if you have an open bypass, you have quite a significant pressure drop.
Okay.
The condensate management, you don't have the low loss. You have these hand valves, and the one on the receiver was cracked, so we need to take some force to open it, and that was full of water.
Right.
So
right.
I think this is the.
I do have some of these low loss drains, but I don't think all of them are working.
Okay, that's something that we can check during further investigation. But what we saw during the first visit,
okay,
that's the way how I see it.
Right.
Then on the distribution side, I see also that you have a serious problem. I will put on a red tag because you obviously have a problem on one end.
Yes. Pressure drop is the
biggest problem.
Yeah, that's our problem.
Yes, put here on the red. The main size of the main header pipe is well designed, so it's 4-inch. The main pipe.
The main is 4, and then the down is 3-inch. Yeah,
down to 3-inch.
Yeah.
So in the main, everything is okay. It should not be a problem. And you have also a ring.
Yes. On the main uses is a ring. Yeah.
Yes. And you're using carbon steel.
Carbon steel.
Yes.
Carbon steel. Yeah.
And the pressure drop, we don't know. You think this is a problem or not?
I don't know. I don't know, but in the ring, I don't think there's a problem in the ring. But I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, in the main pipe to the ring, is there a problem? Maybe it might be there a pressure drop already, or not. It's big, but
We used to have this problem with the small pipe where the VSD is, but now we put it to 3-inch.
so you don't think this is the problem? Okay.
I don't think so.
We put this on the green, so we think it's not a problem because we saw that only 2 compressors were in operation. So the capacity of air is low enough, so we can assume that there is no problem with the distribution pipe. Then let's come to the demand side. When you said that you are not doing clicks, yes?
No.
This
I
doesn't make any sense.
don't think it's worth. They just come back.
It's true, but we think also from experience, and this can be done almost free of charge because you will get some money from your state, of course. And you can do the investigation and check this, but you need to measure what is the before and after. So I think it's a good opportunity to see this. I'm not selling the leaks, but leak survey and those stuff, but I think the complete end uses and the waste management should be in place if you want to optimize your complete compressed air usage. It's not your responsibility, but your invoice, which you will show to the customer, will show the difference and the saving potential.
Right.
So it's you
right.
don't lose anything.
With this invoice, I think they might be interested in a bit of a leak detection. Yeah. I will certainly pass this on. Yeah.
So let's put here in the first. Let's put 40%. It's because it's not. We don't know anything. We put this.
You think so? It's possible.
Yes, they said that on average in our countries it's about 30%. Our experience in CALMS is showing that the leak rate is definitely over 20%. And if you never did some test or a survey, and you have many tools and you have different departments, so it's not just the processor. So I think it could be more than 30%.
Some of the areas are very hot, because we have smelters, we have the continuous caster, and then the pluming machine, and the rest of the milling, the rest of the mills. Yeah, I don't like to get there. It's just very, very hot, very hot.
I think it's also difficult to identify this, but
virtually impossible. It's so loud in there, you can't hear anything, and they don't stop. They don't stop.
We will try to use an ultrasound device from a distance. We will just try to measure it, estimate the leak rate from a distance. So maybe this would help to identify this. Okay, but let's put this. There is a potential because you don't measure this, and let's see what is. Maybe it's only 20%, 10%. We don't know.
All right.
But let's start with this.
Okay, let's carry on.
Then obviously if you never did a survey of your end users, you don't know if there is some inappropriate uses in your application. We will put this on evidence.
Maybe I've seen once or twice some guys cooling off, but then I would do the same. It's very hot. It's very hot. Very hot.
And we noticed also in your electrical cabinet you have a small pipe for cooling in the smelter location.
Yeah, but not all the time. Only when it's hot.
When it's hot.
When it's hot. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe there are some other sources that you can use, and then. Because you are not doing this, we need to hurry up. We have a limited time to perform this.
True. Yes.
We will put one last question here, trainings for the compressed air. Do you perform any trainings? When was your last training?
They know how to use the compressed air.
I know.
You just open the pipe.
You open the pipe.
You open it comes out.
Yeah, but okay, let's in your team, you have a team of 5 guys working under maintenance, taking care for the compressor room.
Yeah.
When was the last training that you did somewhere online with some your service provider, or how you do the trainings?
We just safety training.
Just safety training.
Yeah, helmet. You have to have a helmet. Yeah, and the vest, the high visibility vest. Yeah. No, they have all the training for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am talking now about compressor training, let's say.
Specifically, just for the no, we
for
only
general,
maintain the compressors. We don't use the
civic power. You heard about this?
This is specific
civic power.
specific to our situation.
So to your situation, yes.
No, not to our situation, or just in the general.
Okay, general is okay. Yes, to start with. So we will put training is maybe a good suggestion.
Not for
because it's also
compressed.
included in this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but for compressed, we haven't done any
Specific for this one. Yes.
No.
Okay, so let's finish this part of the data. So continue to the reliability, which is very important for you.
The most important, of course.
The most important, exactly. So let's see where we are here. The PID obviously was outdated. There was no valves.
The bypass.
The bypass,
I
yes.
didn't draw the bypass.
Yeah, and this was this PID was drawn before your time. So maybe the new compressor which we put in our drawing, it's not on the wall on your PID chart. So we need definitely to update this, and there's some potential. The compressor room, it is not monitored, and the temperature is quite high. So maybe the ducting problems.
We're hoping with the new compressor the temperature will drop.
I will just mention here that maybe we need to put some ducting, because you have this in the middle of production, and all the hot air is coming from your hot machinery.
Right.
So I would use maybe some ducts and optimize this just to have a potential for future work.
Right.
We have also some pictures here, which we can include so that we will finalize the final report.
Okay. Yep.
Then air quality of it's not very. There are quite some dust, and I will put something in the middle. It's not the worst. I see worse, but
okay.
It's something in average. Space, I think you have it, at least 1 meter.
Yeah.
I would say yes. So this is not a problem. But this is important when you do the maintenance, so you can do the remote everything for the compressors. Compressor station checklist. You have some logs there in your compressor room?
If we do report the breakdowns. If the compressor breakdowns, then we this.
So sometimes you put this
only when it breaks. When it breaks down.
Otherwise, it's working. Everything.
Otherwise, it works. Yeah. We don't mention if it works. It's supposed to work. That's its job.
And do you have maybe connection?
No.
You don't need
No. We don't rent. We buy.
You buy. Okay,
we buy.
Great. Yeah. Then the last audit.
Yeah, well, the guy that sold me the other compressor. Yeah.
So before the investment, and
Well, there's no point in having one after the investment.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so the oldest compressor we identified it is 8 to 12 years. The oldest that's running. You have the one new one, and 2 are only 3 years old.
Right.
You have a service contract, or you just service with the intervals?
Well, I do have a service contract. They come at the intervals. Yeah.
In the intervals.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. I call them, and they come. Yeah.
So it is service intervals.
Right.
Yeah. The last one, there was one overhaul on the last running hour compressor.
Yeah, that one's pretty old.
They changed the air end once, and it's more than 35,000 hours.
Right.
So there's potential, and then we have the redundancy. It's
it was less, but now it's good. Yeah, with the new one. Yeah.
At least you have redundancy.
Yeah.
It's good.
But I think with the pressure drop, we're going to have to buy some more, and then we'll see.
We'll see after the measurement. I think
redundancy is excellent.
Yeah, the more you have to pay and take care of and service and so on. Correct. So remote diagnostic, we'll do. You don't have it.
No.
Yes, you don't monitor, you don't measure, you don't have any scanner. You just go there, observe, and do the sometimes logs.
We observe the breakdown.
You observe the breakdown.
Yeah, that's there. You can see that from far. Yeah,
but it's easier if you can record this and collect the data here. From the old compressors, we see that the compressor one of the compressor is cycling quite often. So it stops at least and starts and unloads a few times.
That is quite funny because I don't with the VSD. Maybe we need to buy a VSD instead. I don't know.
Another VSD.
Yeah, I know, of course, because this one is cycling.
Yeah, you're right. Yes.
There's the VSDs. They don't cycle. I love them. I love them.
Okay. Let's move to air treatment. It's the same as with the compressor. You bought each dryer together with the compressor. Obviously, just the first compressor station was all together.
Yeah.
So the H is the same. You have the service intervals.
That's correct.
The same.
The
backup with the new compressor, you have another backup with the dryer. Installation bypass. It's collectively. The filter replacement. When you do replace filter elements.
The filter. I would have to ask my guys. I would have to ask. I am not sure.
Okay, so you don't recall. We will put this as a potential opportunity. For us, it's always better to measure and to see what's going on with the filters, or replace them on a regular interval as well. Drains. You do check them. Not recalled, I would say, on the receiver. So
they say they check them, but it doesn't look like they're checking them. That one was stuck.
Exactly. So yes, but
okay, I'll talk to my guys about that.
And then we have also the water separator. Do you have one? We noticed, but it's a lot of oil around the water separator.
I'm not worried about that oil. There's a lot of oil on the floor.
Yeah, on the
very
floor.
slippery.
Exactly.
Yeah, very slippery.
So
like the one in the water.
So maybe yes, maybe we would need to take care also about this, because it could be an environmental issue. So when we are
this is very important now these days. Yeah.
Exactly. So the second dryer, you don't have it. The ISO 9000 standard, do you have it?
The 9000, we have to adhere to that. Yes. As a company, as a whole, the whole company. Yeah.
You have all standards. Yes. Yeah. You are.
I don't know about the other ones, but the 9000 I know, because I get the questionnaire every year. I just fill out this. I don't know about the other ones, but the 9000, I get the questionnaire. Yeah.
So
I answer all the questions.
What do we put here now? Probably, if you don't
I think
know,
these two. I don't think.
Let's put it like this. Okay, so that's the first part. We collected now the data. We know exactly what we will measure.
Right.
We have 5 compressors. We will measure the amps. We have approximate score.
Okay.
And here I will present the potential savings, which in your case would lead to $160,000 per year.
Wow.
Do you think it's possible or not?
Out of 400,000?
Yes. Impossible.
With the leaks? Do you think we can get this much from leaks? Maybe we should start looking at that. Maybe
it shows me a huge potential. We don't know, but we need to do this.
Okay.
We will show this after the measurements. Okay. Maybe do stop production during the weekend, so that we can maybe even measure the leaks, not just with the ultrasound, with the leaks, but
we have stops in production. Not every weekend. We do have stops in production. Let's say once a month, once every 2 months. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we can prepare this date for to do the audit during your production stop.
Right.
So we will include this also in the final measurements and create the final reports.
Yeah, there's some maintenance going on, but we do have a production stop. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we figure out all the data that are needed for me to prepare to get an idea about your compressed air system. We know what we will measure, and we will start here a new audit, which actually we can start this in 1 week, I guess.
Okay, that would be great. Yes. And I'm very, very interested in this leaks. You think if we can manage only half of what you said, that will pay for the new compressor.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah.
And maybe, yes, you would even not need to buy a new compressor. So
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
that we will see. That we will see actually next time when we will go through these steps. So we did the first step. We prepare all the data. So next week you will receive
The measurements you're going to
the
go
measuring box,
the
yes.
measuring boxes.
Okay.
Okay.
And four CTs.
I will take care of the amps.
And amps, and also the pressure. We will add a new another small device like this, where
Right.
we will put pressure in your zone one.
Do I get the cables as well, or do I
cables.
provide the cables?
No, together with cables. We will receive this together with cables. This will be just the temporary measurements for actually 1 week, or if we identify during the tests, maybe a little bit longer.
Yeah. And I then how do I send you this data?
This data will come.
You come fetch it?
No, they will come immediately to our servers. They are here. You see this antenna. So
great.
they will be sent automatically immediately.
Good.
So, and you will be also added to this system. So actually, if I showed you one of similar system, you will see those like on the chart, and we will be actually playing during like this. You will see all this data.
Wow.
Like system specific power. We'll do all the calculation, the flow measurement, and the power, pressure.
Okay.
And you will actually be able also to compare to the best in class. So to see where are you actually with your system. Okay, not just with the compressors, but we will see for complete system how good you are.
Right.
And
Right.
if there is some potential for improvement. So
Right.
we will do this together.
Right.
When we will start the audit, you will be also connected to this.
Excellent.
part.
And for the pressure measurement
Mhm.
that is in zone 1. Now that is quite far away. That is like 200 meters away. You're going to bring me 200 meters of cable. It's going to be a problem
actually, yes. We will install one audit here in the compressor room. So here you see this is one H device, which will collect from each of those compressor the amps. Another one we will add in this room because it's not very close. I mean, it's 50 meters, but it's still too much, so it's easier to connect a third device, maybe.
Okay, but this is a new compressor, and it's 160. It's written on the box.
Yes, but still we need to know how they operate together with the others.
All right.
Maybe you can make the control better.
Right. And one in zone 1. I really need the pressure
and
here.
we will put one pressure here with another H device. So we will collect all the data on the same server, on the same graph. And we will play a little bit. We will ask you to open the valve, to close this compressor number 5 that you have here,
Right.
how it operates, and we will test each compressor.
Yeah.
What is the
We're
contribution,
gonna
which one
find.
is
We'll find the culprit. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll find it.
And we will play this live. So you will be on the same chart. You will follow the same system. You will see tracking live temperature, pressure immediately after you close this valve or open this valve. You will see what will happen when you close this bypass if there is some difference, because we will measure.
Yeah, well, there is usually a difference. The pressure drops.
Maybe, but not maybe all the time. Maybe just when you have a peak demand. It's not continuously.
Well, we'll see.
So yes, that's the way how it goes. It's pretty tough. I mean, I would like to collect more information during this audit, but it's very difficult with the tough customers.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I know. Some customers they can be hard-headed. Not me. I'm open-minded to everything. I'm open-minded.
Immediately.
Yeah.
It was very, very, very good working with you. So maybe if somebody else can give some suggestions how to collect the data that you want to collect it, and during this first visit to prepare to be really absolutely prepared when you will come with the measurements, so that it will not happen that you will deliver the measurements and everything will be out of the control. Can somebody help us, or?
I have a quick question of something that you guys went over really, really fast. A couple screens ago and about 5 minutes ago, you put up on the screen what their total power cost was for last year. Is it possible for you to go back to that screen?
Yes, possible. Possible, but this is another system which I just showed the situation, how it works. You don't see those measurements because this was after. It was
before that. It was before you went to the specific power. It was maybe like a greenish blue screen. It set it right in the middle, but you had it up for like 3 seconds and I couldn't write the number down. But it showed because you had done in your evaluation and showed the different compressors listed and their kilowatt sizes.
It wasn't here. And it wasn't.
It was in the potential savings, in the last one.
Yeah.
Mr. Kiran, is that you?
Okay, there you go, right there.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Kiran. So
good day, sir. Good day.
You're at 623,000, and of course that's an American right now.
Am I supposed to go up? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
600,000 for electricity, and the total cost for the compressed air is 400,000 because it was obviously.
Hold on.
Obviously, you consume more air, or the cost of air is too low. It cannot happen that the compressed air cost is below kilowatt hours. So maybe we have done the mistake here. You notice this correctly. So maybe the compressed air cost is not 0. But it's like this. Euro. Okay, this is euro. Okay, this may be the problem.
Wait. Can we go up? Can we go up? But I just it must have been so we're paying. Oops, here's the problem. Oh no, it's here. It's fine. 28 is fine, and if I put a more realistic number,
0.02.
yeah, like this. This would be more realistic and safe. And do I have to? Has somebody in the webinar found a bug? So I think you have.
No.
You think no?
No.
Because of heat and recovery, maybe.
Because of heat recovery, no. I think the only problem is actually here when we compare this cost of electricity and the cost of compressed air. It is 0.4 maybe.
I think we found
And
them.
now this is compared to the cost. This is the more real cost for the compressed air cubic meter.
Sure.
And this is now 600 and 800 is compressed air cost. And this is the actual realistic.
Yes.
So you see that it's very important that when you do the calculation of the electricity cost, you need to also calculate the cost of compressed air, which includes all the maintenance cost, all the amortization, and all that stuff, which is part of the calculation shown on this page. We have done this really fast, but the idea is that when you are doing the first visit to the customer, to the new customer, and you would like to collect as much as possible information about the system, and prepare also, because some work cannot be done together with him. It will take you more than 5 hours to collect all this and to do all the calculation. So you have to focus on the most important part, not let him talk too much, try to lead the conversation and to collect the data that are important for you to understand the problems he has, and to guide him to what you want to achieve with the final audit, with the measurements. It's a really tough job because yes, you obviously you need to spend more time with each customer so that you collect all the manner. So yes, please.
So I have a question, small question, that when we put in all the data accurately, more or less accurately as the information what we know, the platform, the CALMS platform can on its own calculate the compressed air cost instead of putting it some value manually.
Yes, you have different ways how to calculate the compressed air cost. Of course, with this button here, this is the easiest way. You don't see it. I need to share this with you, like here. Here, if you enter the breaking hours, electricity cost, and estimated specific power, average power of your system, or consumption of, if you measure the flow, the cubic meter or feet of air, then it will calculate the variable cost of compressed air. And then you enter also the maintenance details, how much you pay for service agreement, for spare parts. When you enter those details, and also the amortization cost for the compressor room, some additional cost, then you will have also all the fixed cost and the total cost of your compressed air system. So this is one way which can help you estimate the compressed air cost. This is very important when you do the leak audit, leak survey, and to calculate what are the potential savings. Because the compressed air cost, it's more than just energy consumption, even if the electricity cost is quite high.
Thank you for the explanation.
Okay. Any other suggestion how to perform, how to collect? Because this is before we will do, next time we will do the simulation. We will use the tools designed for auditors. But the first step is very important, to collect all the data, as much data as you can, to make the real audit efficient and good audit, designed for the customer, answer all of his problems, and find also some others that might be hidden somewhere because you didn't manage to ask, because he's all about to buy a new compressor.
I felt like it was a combination of two different meetings. And I think one of the concerns that you hit on the head is that the customer is going to get real squirmy when we start asking for 1 million data points and multiple hours of their time. But with the data that you provided, we could have sat down with that customer and said, hey, last year you spent directly on electricity 623,000, while the load profile showed reverted back to euros. You spent 592,000 on power when load compressor time was only 527,000 euros. So we have 65,000 euros savings just in controls without making any pressure or leak changes. So our conversation of getting a new compressor is moot just based on putting in proper controls. In fact, Mr. Customer, I'll sell you right now $65,000 of CALMS and just go ahead and start doing it permanently. You go past that and you say 1 atmosphere reduction, 36.9, based on your numbers, and a leak reduction of 15%, 79,000. That puts us at 180,000 euros savings a year. We've just
Uh,
proven the need for permanent calms. And
yes,
wrapped up that new compressor purchase straight out the gate.
but I don't like to talk about the numbers before I actually collect some information, because maybe the operating hours were wrong. Maybe this compressor was running 10 years ago like this. Now it's a different situation. So the real numbers which I would present to the customer would be after the measurements, if we manage to come to this point, of course. But obviously they call us for doing an audit, so we are already in the process.
Mr. Gorazd.
Yeah, I'm certainly not disagreeing with
Maybe
you.
the numbers are not so important to you, but I'm actually enjoying those numbers. How much am I going to make with this? I'm going to call that guy with the compressor. I'm not buying anything. I'm buying from you. How much am I going to save? This is good.
I'm telling you that as a rough guess, just based on the information we got right now, I believe our savings are going to be about 180,000 euros a year. Now, when I cross-check that against the average in industrial facilities, it says that I should be able to save you 311,000 euros a year. So for me to estimate on a safe side that I can save you 180 falls well below what the industry standard is for potential savings. And this is the reason why I want you to stop talking to the guy selling you a $60,000 compressor. And I want to lay out with you, maybe not even just you. I want to work with your team. I'm going to build out all the information that we need. It's going to take multiple calls. I'm going to need to come on site. I'm going to need access to different pieces of information and different people. But I think I can get enough buy-in from you right now to say, hey, we can have 3 more meetings that last hours at a time.
We'll certainly put that guy on hold for a while. What would you need to get this estimate of yours more accurate? These numbers sound lovely, but I'm a bit worried that you're mentioning estimate. What can we do to really get these numbers in order, so I really know how much we're going to save?
Unless your facility is on Mars, unless your facility is on Mars, I would guarantee you 65,000 in savings against a purchase order for a CALMS system.
No,
I'd do that right now today without looking at it.
Now we're talking business.
Because just in your unloaded power savings, CALMS has you covered. The additional 120,000 euro savings that I know that we can get will require more work. It'll require all the questions answered my colleague is asking you now, plus some.
Okay.
So maybe we're talking about this hidden button which nobody is using, which is request a quote. And on the basic information, it will, if we say that the potential in your company is 20% like this on a monthly basis, and the cost of CALMS is like 30,000, and the services that we will provide, the waste repair, and this is 12,000. The cash flow back would be in the first year here with 10% savings. You will get back $3,000 per month and $41,000 per year with investment of this and the savings that it will provide to you. So this is the.
And you're exactly right. You're exactly right. And Rock, if you are the customer in this situation, I would take a purchase order for $64,000 with 100% guarantee that you don't pay anything without that kilowatt reduction, and I'll list that kilowatt reduction at 28 or what? How do you pronounce it? 28 cents. I don't know what the euro cents are.
It's cents. Yeah, cents. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well,
yeah, and I'm not disputing what Gorazd is saying, because all of that information is critical in the long term. But when you talk about buy-in and you talk about the customer fighting you to get information, with a little bit of data, we can put really, really good numbers. you literally have 64,968 euros that you're wasting due to unloaded power in 2023 or, in that last 12 months. That is dollars that go away with proper controls. That is something that we can bet on and solve right now. And then every future savings is going to be due to the teamwork that we get, the synergies that we get between CALMS and your facility. And it all just keeps getting better and better.
Right.
So this is approach from pro working at least 10 years in a compressor audit business, but
Yes.
I'm a fresh
Yes.
guy
Yes.
and I try to
Yes.
get some results and
Yes.
I follow the procedure, which is not always very easy with the customer like Rock.
Sir, I am blown away. The European style of working is a lot more conservative, but I can really feel the appeal of your selling points. I'm not usually a customer. Actually, this is the first time I'm trying to imagine myself as a customer, and I've got goose pimples. I'm ready to give you the money, and I don't even have a compressor station.
But you actually
And yes, sir.
anything.
And yeah, you won't have to pay anything up front unless I prove it and then I want the money. But interestingly enough, the work always has to be done. Make no mistake, there's no getting out of asking the hard questions. There's no getting out of the fact that we have hours upon days that we have to do to get this to fruition.
Right.
I just like to give that upfront, hey, let's do the quick snapshot. Let's show the potential. Let's show the potential without capital investment. And then that customer is more likely to sit there and answer my questions or put me with a team of people. Because Rock, the one thing that you said that would have had me calling, I would be texting Gorazd and telling him to leave. Because you said that you didn't pay the power and that your concern was pressure drop at the distal epiphysis, as well as one compressor might not be operating correctly. In my experience, as soon as you said those things, I'd be like, Gorazd, it's the wrong guy. He's willing to sit there for hours because he doesn't have to work as long as he's talking to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's a team issue and who you're talking to at that facility. That's very important in these scenarios as well.
But I learned from this meeting that I need to sell him also the training for his guys and for him maybe as well. So maybe if I would do the right training for him, maybe just short one on online or whatever it is available, he will understand maybe more about this and it will be easier to talk with him. We'll be on the same page.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
And what I have gotten out of this is an incredible experience where I've spent the last 20 years as a seller and only the last hour as a customer, and just to experience how a customer feels. When is he being how when he does he feel that the salesperson is just selling him snake oil, or is he actually making sense, and how appealing the numbers are and guarantees are and stuff like that. I had no idea I was so, I don't know, maybe cheap is not the right word, but as soon as you started telling me that you can guarantee something and all you need is a bit more data and to work with my team, I was willing to straight away give you the team, give you the time. I really, really love the way you sold me.
I appreciate that, Rock. I think one of the big concerns we've had in the past over the years as engineers is, of course, we just love data and we geek out on data. The problem is, it's kind of like when you have that relative who every time you call them, they talk to you for 2 hours, whether you had 6 other things to do or not. So what ends up happening is you're less likely to want to talk to them, and not because you don't love them, but because they just waste all of your time. So to establish a little bit of buy-in first, that prevents that long-term degradation of the relationship.
Yes. I think for the first time, I actually felt what you've just explained, and it's quite profound. Thank you very much for that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's really very interesting. Yes, that was the hardest role I played this time, so I don't like this. But anyhow, I can feel what's happening in the real life when you enter, where you travel 1,000 miles away to visit the customer. You have millions of questions you have to figure out, trying to help him. He has a limited amount of time, and he does not want to be offended, or doesn't want to give you a hard time, but still he is there for 20 years, and yeah, it's not an easy job to do everything. Maybe the first approach should be to convince him that he should work together with you, and then maybe to collect the right person to talk with, not to put everything on one person and try to do this in this way.
Yeah.
So it's
Anyway, about time, we're also pushed for time. Gorazd, thank you very much for presenting this to me. As a customer, I'm very satisfied. I'm satisfied with your work, and very satisfied with the input. Thank you very much, Josh.
The next time we will reverse the roles. I will be the customer next week. Rok will be the auditor, analyzing the data in front of me, together with me, trying to show me all the benefits of creating the audit and to create the final report. And I will then check together with him as a customer his report. So you will see how the process is, where we take the pictures, how we create the final report, not losing enormous amount of time and doing this structure, so that we can do this not only us but also other people. So
yeah,
okay, let's see how it will go. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Yeah, and
see you next time.
welcome. Yes, welcome to the next one.
And thank you all. Thank you both very much as well, because one of the biggest benefits I have, and I hope you do 1 million of these, is to be able to sit here and watch role-played sales is a benefit to all of us. This is something that we should be practicing on a regular basis, and this has just been an awesome utilization of my day. I only hope that we can get copies of this so that we can share it with our teams moving forward.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
I agree with you
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah, Leon will get on it immediately. It takes him a couple of days to sort out the video, and you'll certainly be able to share it with you guys.
Yes, the next one will be in 1 week, showing the advanced tool, presenting the final report.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And that'll be on
you.
LinkedIn, yeah?
Yeah, that will be on LinkedIn.
Thank you very much, Gorazd. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye.